Well, my cameras took me to Barnum after I filmed much of Moose Lake this morning, and I think the situation in Barnum was much more dire than in Moose Lake. Most of the downtown area in Barnum was had very high water. I don't want to say flooding yet, but I think they're very much in danger. Here you see a little car on the south end of Barnum deciding it probably wasn't too safe to actually drive through. Four-wheel drive's having a little bit easier time, but again, kind of depending on where you're at and what kind of water they were going through. Many washed out parts of the road and roads between Moose Lake and Barnum where the edges were completely washed away. So it's a very serious situation. Pardon me for not having any natural sound here. I didn't have my mic turned on, and it will be turned on in a relative short order here, so you'll get the natural sound as well. Another truck deciding it probably could make it through. We'll see what happens. All right, now we're getting into the more difficult situation in regards to Barnum. This is County Road 6 on the east side of the downtown area by the bridge, park being on the right side. And this is the Moosehorn River, normally about a 20-foot wide river, 20 feet wide river. You're talking like something that compares to a larger river right now like the Missouri or Mississippi. It's way out of its banks. And here you can see some of the raw power of the river. For the 4x4, the four-wheeler I should say, is actually headed toward the downtown area where it looks to be that flooding is prevalent down there as well. Again, we're looking at the Barnum Park. A lot of folks gathered to take their own pictures and see what's going on. Again, this is the Moosehorn River. And just to give this whole thing a little perspective, I know that Duluth had about 8 or 9 inches of rain, and their mayor up there, Mayor Don Ness, has declared a state of emergency. They've really got a mess up there, too. Don't know how much we actually ended up with in terms of rainfall in our particular area, Moose Lake, Barnum, Mattawa, Kettle River, Sturgeon Lake, but it was plenty. Here you can see straight ahead a home that's almost underwater. This is looking through the park. And what you see off in the distance is the pavilion in the park, which is almost completely underwater, water all the way up to its roof line at this point. And there is a gazebo. I can't tell if the gazebo has come off its foundation moorings and it's twisted, but it appears that there's some damage there. Take a look at the flagpole right next to the gazebo. That's almost halfway up its mast at this point. Again, there's the home I talked about that floodwater's all the way up to the windows on it. Really is a sad sight. It's not fun to look at. I've been here since 1986, and I don't recall ever seeing anything like this. Again, a shot of the gazebo, not the gazebo, but the pavilion, which is just about completely underwater. These video shots were taken probably about 1:30 in the afternoon. There again, you see the power of the river, and some debris actually floating down it at this point. Again, toward the downtown area of Barnum. and the raging river actually coming up underneath the bridge. I'm hoping we hear news and that the waters are starting to recede a little bit pretty soon. I know Moose Lake was starting to recede quite a bit as I left to come take my pictures here in Barnum. There's a tighter shot of the downtown area. I actually tried to walk across a pretty strong part of the current. I had, well, here's a good shot of it. Water knee deep for these folks coming towards me. And I tell you what, I felt a little unsafe because the current was quite strong. It just didn't feel safe, and I decided to turn around and head back to where I actually came from, which was near and on the bridge.
I'm going to try and make it over to the
again, homes that are obviously seeing the effects of some pretty serious floodwaters.
As I was saying, I'm standing in water right now up to my knees, and you can feel the current underneath. I mean, I don't know if this is a real smart thing for me to do, but I'm trying to head over to the Barnum district, business district, where I guess they've got some serious problems as well.
Only one way to get there.
Again, a shot of the downtown area. This is actually looking in towards the downtown from north on 61 looking south. Again, there's a bridge that this water is actually flowing over the top of. Looks like Lou's Rustic Diner is obviously in a little bit of peril. There's a pawn shop across the street that probably the same thing. And again, kind of off to the left in this picture now is those apartments I talked to you about as well. They appear to be in a little bit of peril. It's interesting because I've seen high waters in this area before, but it's usually associated with spring and snowfall melt, or snow melt and runoff. But this is all standalone rain. We're well into June and way past that. And this is what you see. This is another home that's along the banks of the Moose Horn in Barnum, and obviously this guy has got some serious concerns and problems. Debris actually floating in his driveway around his home. Of course, I'm sure he's doing what he can to protect whatever kind of material properties he has. But here you see water all the way up to his porch and above it. Let's hope the water starts to recede here pretty soon. Mother Nature, I'll tell you what. The awesome power of Mother Nature. I think we'll sign off here. Thank you.